On dirait notre show tonight.
A brilliant actress.
A singer most incroyable.
A hilarious actor.
And the world's most famous fashion designer. No, but I can't keep up this silly French accent, can you?
What silly French accent?
Oh, let's have a show! Bonjour tout le monde. Something for everyone on my sofa tonight. Yes, my favorite TV detective DCI Vera herself, Brenda Blethyn, is here. Love the Brenda. Fashion icon Jean-Paul Gaultier is on the show. Yes. I know you want to ask. Yeah, that's what you wore. Yeah. And star of episodes in Green Wing, the hilarious Stephen Mangan is here. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, a true showbiz legend. Performing one of his greatest hits, he not only writes the songs, he sings them as well. It is Mr. Barry Manilow on this show. I know. Woo! Lovely. Of course, I'll be talking to Jean-Paul Gaultier about the infamous conical bra he designed for Madonna. Madonna. See, now, do you know what? It looks good on Madonna, doesn't it? It does. Yeah, less good on other women. It's a hard one to wear. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. The great thing, though, about fashion designers like Jean-Paul is that they're full of brilliant, simple ideas for everyday things to wear. You know, chilling out at home, going to the office, maybe a spot of gardening, you know. Just throw that in the washing machine. Back in the 90s, Jean-Paul also championed the kilt, didn't he, ladies and gentlemen? There he is in his kilt. Yeah, and everyone was wearing them. Looking good, Barry Manilow. Tell ya. There he is at the start of the gig. Here he is at the end. Woo! I can see his Copacabana. Barry and Brenda, of course, both such icons. Barry of Las Vegas, and thanks to Vera, Brenda of Newcastle. And they're not so different, ladies and gentlemen, no. Vegas has hotels, so does Newcastle. Vegas has gambling, so does Newcastle. Vegas has scantily clad singers, and so does Newcastle. Now, I'll also be chatting to Stephen Mangan about his new role as Postman Pat. In the film, someone close to Postman Pat is hell-bent on world domination. Now, don't want to give away any spoilers, but here's Pat's black and white cat. Yeah. Hey, that's all coming up later, plus some more of your stories in the red chair. Let's get some guests on! Later, we'll be having chat and music from Barry Manilow. But first, he's the first off mail. It's Stephen Mangan! Royal Mail Blue. Royal Mail Blue. Now, he is selling this series. It's Jean-Paul Gaultier. And it's time to say hello, Vera. It's Brenda Blethyn. Beautiful. Welcome all. Lovely to see you all. Yes. Now, Jean-Paul, if at any moment you are lost in the program or aren't following things, Brenda Blethyn speaks French fluently.
Absolutely.
Is it true?
Absolutely.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
I'm learning
A bit.
I do a bit, yes,
Yeah.
just a bit. I'm just learning. Found this wonderful teacher in Ramsgate, and she's teaching me. I'm making a film entirely in French at the end of the year.
My God.
Yes.
So you have to learn quickly, no?
Yes.
Wow.
So keep talking to me.
Oui.
Yeah.
C'est bien, it starts well. Okay, we already there.
And because Stephen, you've done a French accent. Was it
I have.
in Chunky Monkey?
Chunky Monkey, yes. Alison Steadman. I played a French cabaret singer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was a bit of a love god. He thought he was a bit of a love god.
Mm-hmm.
But French is tough. It's a tough accent to do. I just mumbled a lot and hoped that I got away with it. You are so beautiful, you know, that sort of thing. Wait.
They understand better, to be honest. They understand fully English. 100%.
See, Brenda, were you worried when you heard Jean-Paul was coming on the show?
Well, of course.
So you look, I think, look nice.
She looks fabulous. I love the jewellery. She's
Thank you.
truly
It's
like very elegant, classy, I should
Thank
say.
you.
And Stephen?
Fabulous. I love the blue and I love the shoes. Shining, like, look, myself, they are not, no. Them, they are superb.
Yes, I have to say, of the four of us, you look like you make the least effort. I sort of feel like we needn't have bothered. You know, like, Jean-Paul is coming, Jean-Paul... Really? Oh, okay. And Stephen, do you know who you're wearing?
This is Spencer Hart, although I did catch a look in the mirror on the way in, and it looks like I work for Lufthansa. I could be serving drinks on the flight.
I thought it was a nod to Postman Pat. I thought it's the Royal Mail Blue.
It does have a bit of Pat about it, doesn't it? Yeah, total fluke. But yes, it does, now you say that.
No, I thought it was good. And hey, listen, I don't want to put you on the spot, Jean-Paul, but if you were going to design a costume for, say, a high-ranking, powerful police detective, a female detective, no-nonsense attitude, great mind, how are you seeing her? What sort of outfit are you seeing her in?
A detective?
Yes, a female detective, very powerful, very, very clever. No nonsense.
I should like to make like a version, like a today version and feminine version of Sherlock Holmes image, no?
Of who?
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
yes,
why not?
He's a very famous
like corset-rich Sherlock Holmes type of... why not?
Nuts, yes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to...
Or something about the trench coat.
Well, this may help you. This may help
trench
you.
coat.
Did you, in your mind's eye, see this at all?
I love it. I think she's fabulous. I love it. Nothing to change. Perfect. Excellent.
But Brenda...
Perfect detective.
Brenda, where did you find that hat? I think I've never seen the like. Where is it? It looks like the sort of thing you get to go on safari, and even then you don't wear it.
I found it in a fishing shop in Newcastle.
So it is all your own work?
Yeah, that
Good
had it,
stylist.
Yeah.
You are a good
Yes.
stylist.
I thought I'd lost it in the middle of the last series. There were ructions trying to find it because they had already shot some scenes with it on, so we had to find it. And we did find it, but meanwhile I'd bought another 4. Just to be on the safe side.
But you wouldn't have thought that that outfit was high fashion in any way. But then your friend...
Yeah, he was on a theatre tour in Italy, and there was a whole window display. It was like Vera standing in the window.
And he took a picture. Look at this. It's like you're a trendsetter. Yeah. You've inspired designers' collections. Yeah. We've gone Vera.
Yeah. Oh, are you wearing Vera?
Anyway, Vera. Currently on Sundays, ITV at 8 o'clock. I love this show.
Thank you.
It's just one of those shows, you're so, oh, good, that's on. Yeah. But is it true now, when you were reading the script, you were kind of waiting for the part you were playing to show up?
Yeah, I didn't know Anne Cleeve's work. They're from the novels of Anne Cleeve's. I didn't know her work, and so I rushed, and I hadn't got a script yet, so I rushed out and got the books. And I was halfway through before this character came in. I thought, well, where is she then? This is a little tiny part. And then it said the door of the church opened, and in lumbered this scruffiest woman ever with carrier bags, like a bag lady. She was huge. I thought, that can't be. You know, I was thinking maybe, oh, they're offering me like a Jane Tennyson or something. Is that... Why have they thought of me for this part? So it was a bit shocking. But then I read on, and I just loved the character.
And now, obviously, because of the books, that's why it's in Newcastle. Did you think, Geordie, no problem, Brenda can do that?
No, I never think that. Had to work at it.
So you hadn't done it before?
No. No,
OK,
not
so
that one.
could you give Jean-Paul a little bit of Geordie?
Yeah, you have to help me. You have to coach me, please.
DCI.
DCI?
Vera Stanhope.
Huh?
Vera.
Dira.
Vera.
Dira.
Vera.
Vera.
Stanhope.
Stanhope.
Yeah, let's just applaud that and say it was very good.
Thank you.
Let's hear Brenda in action. This is a clip from this Sunday's episode of Vera.
Right, door knocking round the parish, house to house, pub, post office if they still got one, All the usual standard questions. Did they know him? What did he do? And when did you last see him, right?
At this stage, let's say missing.
Because village folk will believe anything.
Yeah, Kenny's right. They'll all know.
Here we go. Uses of hair.
Voodoo. Wig making.
Crop protection. Acts as a repellent.
Explains a lot, eh, Ken?
Against deer. They won't go near anything that smells of people.
So if hair repels them and fodder attracts, confuse the beast, you've got him where you want him, right? With me.
It's so beautiful. That part of the world is gorgeous. Beautiful. And how did they make your hair look that bad?
Well, actually, it shouldn't really look that bad. I just made a film in New Mexico, and I had my hair bleached white for it. And it all broke off.
Oh.
It started snapping. So when it was dyed, but it's been dyed for, I start Series 5 in a couple of weeks.
Oh, brilliant.
But it kept snapping off, so it looked like a rat had been gnawing it. But I mean, it looked okay for her.
Now, we know how good Brenda is at accents, because your American accent, we heard that in A River Runs Through It, which was flawless. The American accent in that, with Brad Pitt, no less. And now, that film, because films you've got to think are fake, but this really was filmed in the wilderness in America.
Yeah, it was in Montana.
And now, didn't you have wildlife encounters?
Oh, I tell you what, there was one time me and the makeup department went for a walk up into the mountain, into the wilderness in the mountain, and there was not another soul for miles, and we drove to the bottom of the mountain and walked up. But halfway up, we walked for about an hour and a half, and I was getting a bit puffed. I said, I tell you what, I'll wait here, and I'll just sit here and wait. I'll sit on this log and wait for you to come back. They said, we'll be 45 minutes, no more. So I kicked a log, make sure there were no snakes under it, and I sat down. It was so beautiful, just me and nature, and it was beautiful, and I thought I'd look in the brochure. And there was an insert in the brochure. It said, ladies, attention. Under no circumstances venture into this area if you are menstruating. Because of the bears. Oh, that was the longest 45 minutes. I thought they would come back and find my T-shirt. I was so scared.
But no bears.
Oh, no, there were loads of bears.
But they weren't attracted to you.
They're attracted to...
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I understood the brochure, Brenda. Well, you survived. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah. And it wasn't all bad, because you got to be directed by Robert Redford.
Oh, yeah,
the amazing
great.
Robert Redford.
Yes,
But now, apparently, the first meeting with him didn't go that well.
Well, I didn't audition for it. Somebody else saw me. I first saw him on set. I turned up on location and saw him coming out of a trailer, and he went, Brenda! I thought, oh, this is Robert Redford. And he came over and he gave me a big hug and nearly winded me. He says, let's talk about this character. And we went inside his trailer. He says, now this woman, she works hard. She knows work. And if things get tough, I said, well, gets on with it. He said, excuse me? I said, she just gets on with it. He said, oh, yeah, that's right. He thought I said, I'll get on with it.
Yakety yak, yak, yak.
That's all day, you know.
I've got bears to meet. Yeah. Because Jean-Paul Gaultier, you had a bizarre meeting with the diminutive pop star Prince.
Yes.
When you were... Was it The Fifth Element? You were designing costumes.
Element, yeah.
He was supposed to be in it.
It was in Paris, and he was coming for a show. He phoned and said that he should like to come because he was supposed to play the role that did what was
Chris Tucker.
Yeah, Chris
Get on with
Tucker that did the part. But, so he was supposed to do that role, you know. And so he arrived, Prince, with his bodyguard, and that's it. And I say, hello, Prince, how are you? Now, welcome to Paris. Like, turning around, like all these big high heels like that. Very elegant in some way. And he looked and I say, hello, I show you the clothes because no besson. So I say, maybe he wants me to present him myself and explaining how will be the clothes. So if he likes. So I start, and I arrive to one that was a sketch. It was done like for him because he was quite extravagant, and I love him also to be like that. So like fishnet, all fishnet, like a total suit in fishnet, with some hair, like curly hair, like not rasta, but like afro hair here, on here, on here, on here. And I explaining it, so it's fake hair here and here and here. You know, it's make like a feather, and even you have like a fuck you there. You know, alors. And he makes something like that. I say, yes, it's like a fuck you, you know. So, look at that. He said like 3-4 words, and after he left, you know. And after that, so it was quite strange situation. And after he received a phone call, like from Prince, saying that he didn't like so much they were too gay, the clothes, because there was something like fuck you. It was like he saw that I say here, you know, it's like fuck you, you know, like he thought that I don't know if I wanted to fuck him or whatever, but anyway, so that was a big mistake, big faux pas.
But I still don't. But Jean-Paul, what were you saying?
It's my accent, I think, so I am sorry, but a faux cul, it's like something like Pompadour and Marie-Antoinette.
I see.
So...
And while we're talking about meeting famous people, Stephen Mangan, you got to meet Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Where was this, in New York?
Yeah, the Tribeca Film Festival.
Oh, yes.
And a couple of times in my life, I've seen people I really admire and not gone over and say hello. I thought I had to say hello. So I sort of steeled myself. I walked, I'm really nervous. And I walked up to him and I said, hello, I'm Robert De Niro. He said, no, I'm Robert De Niro. I said, oh, yes, sorry, you're Robert De Niro. And I left, that was it. That was the blew it.
But you can see how that would happen. Just going
Yeah,
on.
your brain goes into scramble.
Yeah.
And talking about meeting famous people, Brenda, Blethyn, of course, OBE. So who did you get to meet when you got the OBE?
Prince Charles.
Prince Charles.
Yes.
And who did you bring? You get a
I
guest.
took my old aunt. She was about 90 at the time.
Oh, what a lovely
and
thing
I
to
said,
do.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
she's sweet, Auntie Frances. I said, Auntie Frances, you want to come to Buckingham Palace with me? She said, oh, ducks, yes. She said, well, I have to wear... I thought she was going to say a hat. She said, well, I have to wear my teeth. I said, no, if you don't want to, Fran. I said, but it'll be a long day. I'll have to take the wheelchair because you'll get tired of walking around. So she said, oh, all right, ducks. And we turned up. Well, when we got there, they said because she was in the wheelchair, she could go right to the front. So she was wheeled by this bloke all done up right to the front. And when the trumpet fanfare started for the entrance of royalty, Auntie Fran shot out of that chair and stood to attention. And I there said, sit there. They'll think you've come up here on false pretense.
Did Prince Charles know you?
I had met him before because I do stuff for the Prince's Trust.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Old friends, yes. Showbiz mates, yes. Because Jean-Paul, you were slightly... Are you kind of obsessed by the British royal family? You seem to like the British royal family.
Oh, I love, yes, definitely, yes. I think they are fabulous. You know, here in France, we were not educated with the royal family because we kill them, you know. So for me, it's very exotic and I love it. I think it's fabulous, you know, like, in reality, we have that in France, you know, like the fact that at the same time, we are fascinated, you know, we kill them, but after we took an emperor, which is where? An emperor, Napoleon.
Yes.
So it's been the stupidity of French, but that is a little that. And part of it, that stupidity, you know. So we hate them and love them, so we admire the one in England. But they have to stay in England. But they are fabulous in England. I think it's fabulous like that. But I love the Queen Mother, how she was dressed, on the hat. I love her hat. I have a fixation on the fetishism about the hat of the Queen Mother.
But then the opening of your big exhibition here in London, is this supposed to be the Queen?
Yes, but a little Queen...
She looks so tiny.
Because I'm very tall. But you have seen, I changed a little the look. You have seen I tall like a wild motorbike jacket.
Yeah, she's wearing a leather jacket.
You know, like a shawl. You know, she was quite nice, with like in leather with a white mink, you know. But you know, she went to helicopter for the Olympics, so she can take a bike, no?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
But listen, this exhibition, it is fantastic. I've seen it. I've really, really enjoyed it. It's called The Fashion World of Jean-Paul Gaultier, From the Sidewalk to the Catwalk, and it's here in London at the Barbican till the 25th of August. And then it continues around the world, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. And now, because I didn't quite know what to expect, you've got to think an exhibition of clothes will slightly be like posh shopping. But it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
Things like, look, this is, and can I just say, this is so special that they've lent us this. This is your own teddy bear.
Yes.
Which is very fragile. Now, and they very kindly lent it for the exhibition. So if you saw the exhibition today, you didn't see this, sorry. We had
It's a real one.
So what's the name of your teddy bear?
Oh.
Nana.
Nana.
It's a little monster.
Here's
My little monster,
Nana.
But you see... I explain you why.
Yes,
I explain you why.
Yeah.
So he was before Madonna having the cone bra. But you know why? Because I wanted to have a doll and to dress a doll. Like my parents say that for a boy it was not good to have a doll. So I took my little teddy bear and tried to make it like a little like a doll. So it's a kind of transvestite and like a...
So this is the original cone bra?
It is the original cone bra, you know, my first muse, you know, and I put him makeup, like with the makeup things of my grandmother.
His eyebrows have been painted.
His eyebrows,
Yes.
and the change of colour. On here, it's
Has
called...
he dyed his hair?
Yes.
It's called... And I dyed the hair, exactly. Sometimes it was black, but it was not going well, the black.
Yeah, little lipstick.
And you know what it is here? It's an operation. It was the moment, it's a long time ago, where it was the first operation open heart, you know, of Professor Barnard in Canada. And I wanted to do the same thing, but like he has a cone bra, I couldn't, so I make here. It was my version, you know.
This bear, how old is this bear?
He must be like a
feels a lot older
little
than you.
younger than me, so he must be like 50 something, 56. Yeah.
Wow, looking terrible.
You know, it's already like the...
And does Madonna know that her bra was first modelled on this?
No, because she thinks that it was done only for her, but no, I did it before. But I think she should have loved it.
I should put this down.
But maybe she should not have appreciated. She said, I will look like that. No, I don't, maybe...
Oh dear, I'm putting Nana down.
It's very fragile.
Yes, very, very
It's
fragile.
very cute.
There we go.
But he's the star of the show.
It's so, and thank you
Has he
very
got
much
a name?
Nana.
Nana.
Nana, it was from a movie from Max Ophuls of the 40s, 50s, which was like a heroine, a little prostitute. Bon. Nana was there. Bon.
He has been busy.
Yeah. So yes, so the Madonna thing, you worked together, you did, you know, you get her in the costumes and everything.
Yeah.
But then I'd forgotten, this picture was everywhere at the time, but I had forgotten this picture till you were coming on. Like, how do you get Madonna to do this? Because that's real. That's all Madonna.
Yeah, but please, I didn't push her to do that. I didn't oblige her. She did it by herself.
Okay.
I must say that the dress, I did it, but the idea to take off the jacket, and like, it's her idea, of course. She's a very good director.
She wears it well.
Yeah.
She wears it well.
Yeah. She wears it well, I think, and everything is real.
Oh, yes, yes.
We'll not say names, but voilà.
Yeah, that was then. And now, actors do find themselves in these intimate situations. Weren't you filmed in a bath, Brenda?
Oh, yes. How did you know that? I was in a film for the BBC called Floating Off. It was about selling a pier on the stock market. And there was one scene where I was in a bath, and it was like a bubble bath, and I thought I was supposed to get up out of the bath, which the camera's like this height, looking at me in the bath, and I stood up. So there was a gasp from the entire studio, and then a silence. And I thought, nobody said cut, what's going on? And they were looking, I was covered in bubbles. And then the camera was right here. A bit embarrassing.
A bit embarrassing, yeah. Does that film exist somewhere?
Somewhere, yes.
And Stephen, this is quite shocking. What's the name of this play? Birthday?
Birthday, yeah.
This is Stephen Mangan in Birthday.
Oh.
Now, it's not as bad as it seems, ladies. I know you just think you've seen Stephen Mangan naked, but to explain why we haven't...
There's a man over there who looks like he's seen a ghost. He's like shocked and appalled. Yeah, I play a pregnant man. This is last year at the Royal Court. I played a pregnant man, and they made a prosthetic, you know, full body costume. There was with the Dougie-like breasts, the pregnant belly, and a prosthetic penis.
I mean, it's... Can I just say, by the way, Stephen brought this picture. We didn't have this picture. He decided we should see it.
I bring it with me everywhere. Yeah, my wife's not keen on that photo.
Is it on the piano at home?
On the front door. Just so they know what they're getting.
You sign it for fans.
When people write in, Postman Pat fans. We'll be getting that.
Children rocking and sobbing. But did audiences realise that it was prosthetic?
Well, I mean, you see me give birth in the play. That was what happened.
OK.
And we wanted to show the indignities of giving birth, but it happening to a man, and people might realise how unpleasant it is. And at one point, I have to try and pee in front of a lot of other people. So we thought, well, we've got this prosthetic penis, let's get it out. And we thought, if people think it's fake, they'll laugh. If they think it's real, they won't. It was the quietest ever heard 600 people in a theatre to be. Just lots of jaws, people looking away in disgust, a couple of people tutting, and I have to stand there and pretend to, you know, try and pee for a while. And it went on. It was about 90 seconds of... And I didn't get it out after that.
No.
Yes,
keep it away.
Yeah.
Now, how to follow that? Well, I know. Let's talk about Stephen Mangan's new movie, Postman Pat. Oh, the toddlers have sat through quite a lot to get to this bit of the show.
Really? There's a lot of 4-year-olds going, finally.
Oh, yakety-yak fashion,
Whatever.
yakety-yak prosthetic penis, yakety-yak. Finally, we get to my movie.
Yeah. This is the target audience.
Yes. No, listen, it's out on 23rd of May. And, like, your own children must be so geeked, because how old are your kids?
I've got 2 boys, 6 and 3.
Oh, so this is perfect for them.
Perfect age. I was so excited when I got the job. I rushed home. I said, I'm Postman Pat. No, you're not, Dad. That's Postman Pat. You're not Postman Pat. So I'm very excited that they're going to see that I am actually Postman Pat. In fact, we went to the Lego movie recently, and there was a trailer for Postman Pat. And during the trailer, it said, starring Stephen Mangan, in letters about 60 foot wide. And the two of them were like that. So I'm excited, yeah.
Now, in case any toddlers are listening, we don't want any plot spoilers.
Yeah,
Don't ruin it for everyone.
OK.
But give us a taste of what happens to Postman Pat.
Well, I mean, it's hard, because, you know, Postman Pat, it's in 5-minute sections, it's one thing, but you've got to go on an emotional journey over an hour and a half. And he's the nicest character ever created. I mean, he hasn't got a nasty bone in his body.
Or indeed any bones.
Any bones. So he's seduced by fame and glamour. And there's troubles. There's troubles with his wife. He falls out with his kid. And there's a bit of argy-bargy with Jess.
No.
Yeah, this is the gasps. The gasps. Yeah, he enters... It turns out he has an amazing, jaw-droppingly good singing voice.
Wow.
A bit of like a Susan Boyle. He goes on a talent show that's run by a man called Simon Cowbell.
Are you making this up?
This is the plot.
Yeah, it's improv. Yeah. Brenda's like, no, but seriously, what happened?
And that's the story, yeah. He's seduced by fame.
Wow.
Auntie Fran used to do her exercises to Postman Pat.
Did she?
Yeah, sitting in the armchair. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat. It's a very nice chap.
Yeah, well, it's the right sort of rhythm, isn't it, for a bit of that, yeah.
Jean-Paul, has Postman Pat made the journey across the channel?
No.
No.
Why?
You just looked a bit blank. I thought, he's not following this, is he? No, he's not following this. Let's have a clip. Now, this is complicated. Postman Pat, there's a bit of Postman Pat, he does go to the dark side a little bit.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
There's also the Patbot, which is a robot Postman Pat, which was introduced by an unscrupulous character in the film. I don't know why I'm telling you this.
Yes.
But, you know.
Well, look, this is the clip, and if you're of a nervous disposition, be warned. This is Postman Pat trying to escape the dreaded Patbots.
More Patbots? Carbuncle isn't taking any chances. What do we do now, Jess? We have to get inside. Maneuver 17. Hurry, Jess! Hurry! Oh, ha! Here they come, Jess! What was that?
Oh, my God. Terrifying. That's for children. Children have only watched that.
My children will never sleep again.
Oh, dear. Now, listen. It is time to meet our singing guest tonight. This man really is one of the all-time musical greats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Barry Manilow! Hello. Always a pleasure, never a chore.
I've been enjoying the show down in the dressing room. You guys are great.
And we have Mr. Jean-Paul Gaultier on the couch. Now, I know you love fashion.
Are you going to bring up that picture?
Well, there's many pictures, in fairness, Barry. There's a wide selection to choose from.
I got in such trouble with that Copacabana jacket.
Well, that's what I was going to see. The Copacabana jacket. Here, look at it.
I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah, but it's a fabulous shirt.
I love it. It's truly great.
Have you ever...
Honestly, I love it.
I got in such trouble with that. It was, for Copacabana, this fun, up-tempo, silly song. I thought, how am I going to stand there and sing it seriously? So I had them make me a silly Ricky Ricardo Rumba shirt. But did I ever tell you the story about the Smithsonian?
Well, the Smithsonian Institute.
Yeah. They asked me, they wanted to put it at the Smithsonian, you know, and I mean, how could I take that seriously, this jacket at the Smithsonian? So I gave an interview to somebody, and I said, I always knew it would wind up in an institution someday. And they got insulted, and they sent it back to me. I still have it. Anybody want it?
They put it in the mail.
They did. They sent it back. They didn't like that joke.
That's...
I know. They got no sense of humor over the Smithsonian.
That's... If I was you, I'd have sent it back again. Sorry, I don't know why...
You know, I love that shirt now. It reminds me of really great times.
Yeah, you should. Jean-Paul, have you done the...
A little, but not that much. I think he did truly a lot, you know. No. But I love that.
That's coming from Jean-Paul Gaultier.
You have to be strong to wear all those frills, you know, because it's like... it must be heavy, no?
And
I suppose.
weighed a ton.
Yeah, it's a weight. Yeah. And to sing with it, fab. Fab.
Would you wear that, Stephen?
I might later if you've got it with you.
I don't carry it with me.
We'll keep checking eBay. It'll show up eventually. Now, what brings you to our shores?
I'm doing a tour here now and again. I come back every few years. You can't get rid of me. And I come back every few years and I do a tour. So we begin in Wembley.
These are big gigs. You're doing, next week you're doing the 13th to 14th at Wembley Arena.
Right.
Now, there's some things I never thought I'd say. Barry Manilow will be appearing at Ipswich Football Ground.
I don't know how I got so lucky, but I'll make them have a good time. And this year, it's a smaller band, not the Royal Philharmonic anymore, but it's a smaller band, a small, powerful band. So it's fun.
Because the new album, Night Songs, which has done incredibly well, that is a totally stripped-back sound.
It's an amazing experience, this Night Songs album. It's just me playing the piano and singing some of the most beautiful standards ever, written by some of the greatest composers. And it actually, I looked at the charts and it entered at the top 10. I didn't know the people around me. They're so young, and they're so different than this little album. I'm so happy that people are getting to hear this great stuff.
Now, Brenda, do you have a favourite Barry Manilow song?
Really?
Well, like lots of them. What was the one I was singing in the dressing room just now? Lola.
Copacabana.
Copacabana. Now, Jean-Paul Gaultier, are you familiar with Barry Manilow songs?
Yes, but Copacabana is my favorite. Of
Okay,
course.
so 2 votes for Copacabana.
Even like Kylie Minogue, she sang it in her last
I called her when
concert. She did like.
It's great.
Thief. Stephen?
I have to, the one I was sung to me at school by all the other kids. Oh, Mangan. All right.
Lovely song. I love that.
Well, he's not singing any of those. No, what are you singing for us tonight?
You'll hear it when the first note comes on. I bet you know it.
Oh, okay. Do you need to go ready? You're ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Audience all ready? Yes? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Mr. Barry Manilow.
I've been alive forever, and I wrote the very first song. I put the words and the melodies together. I am music, and I write the songs. I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs. My home lies deep within you, and I've got my own place in your soul. Now when I look out through your eyes, I'm young again, even though I'm very old. I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I see you singing out this. Sing a little louder. And special things. I write songs that make the young girls cry. I write songs, I write songs. Oh, my music makes you dance and gives you spirit to take a chance. That's it. And I wrote some rock and roll so you can move. Music fills your heart. Well, that's a real fine place to start. It's from me, it's for you, it's from you, it's from me. It's a worldwide symphony. Come on. I write songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs. I write the songs that make the whole like the sun.
Come here, sir. Hang on. Barry Manilow! Hey! Brilliant job. Thank you so much. Grab a seat there. Grab a seat there. We'll be out of here in a second. You sit there. That is so beautiful. So, yeah, what a treat. Thank you very, very much. You are lucky people. Yeah, up in another land are paying to hear that. Okay, just time for a quick story or two in the red chair. Who's there? Who's there? Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
Alexi.
And where are you from, Alexi?
I'm from London.
Okay, and what do you do in London?
I'm an events manager.
She's an events manager, everyone! Oh! Who knew we'd meet an events manager tonight? I wasn't expecting it. Designers, singers, actors, event managers. All human life is here. What sort of events?
I work for an accountancy firm.
Oh. Wow, and you managed to get a night off. OK, off you go with your story, Lexi.
OK, so I was driving home for Christmas, bringing back my grandparents. My grandma was in the back of the car, and she gets travel sick. So we were driving along, and she was feeling really bad, so we gave her a plastic bag. And she, unfortunately...
Can I just stop you? Actually, I'm just going to do that. We gave her a plastic bag? You stopped the car, you rude cow! Your grandmother's feeling ill! What is wrong with people?
They didn't put it over her head, did they?
That'll quiet her down. Let's see who's in the chair now. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Andy.
Andy. Are you from New Zealand?
Yes.
We love it. We love New Zealand. Embassy in New Zealand. You must have toured New Zealand.
I've never toured New Zealand, no.
Are you kidding? No. You're kidding.
I would love to. I never went. No,
but you've been everywhere.
I know, everywhere but New Zealand. Let's hear a story. Let's hear a story.
Off you go with the story.
Okay, so I was out for a run with my friend Dunk, and we were running past a park, and Dunk really needed to go for a poo. So we saw a
woman with...
Can I just stop you? That's why you've never been to New Zealand.
So we saw a toilet block, and there was a men's and a woman's, and we ran over to the men's, and he was busting. He really needed to get this thing out of him. And the men's was closed, so at this stage he didn't even care. So he went over to the women's toilets, and that was closed as well. So he's frantically looking around, where can I go, where can I go? So he ran over to this bush and crouched down behind this bush, and he went. And about 30 seconds later, I saw a big German Shepherd came bounding over, and Dunk pulled his pants up, jogged off, and then about 20 seconds later, the owner of the German Shepherd came over, and she was like, "Oh, Roy, you naughty boy." Gets a bag around, picks up the poo, ties it to a belt, and then just wanders off with the poo dangling from the belt.
You can walk! Well done! Very good story. Very good story. Well done, everyone. If you guys enjoyed it on the show and have to go in the race there, you can. Contact us on our website at this very address. A huge thank you to my guest tonight, Mr. Barry Manilow! Gaultier and Brenda, Blethyn. Join me next week with music from Sam Smith, action man Bear Grylls, comedian and writer Dawn French, and Hollywood star Kirsten Dunst. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Graham takes his rightful place on the